The Masters isn't just a golf tournament, it's a ritual. Played every April at Augusta National, it's the only major held at the same course every year, and everything about it is intentional. The green jacket, the blooming azaleas, the silence before a putt. Nothing here happens by accident. It all started in 1934, founded by Bobby Jones, a retired amateur legend, and Clifford Roberts, an investment banker. They built Augusta National in Georgia on the site of a former nursery. That's why every hole is named after a plant, like azalea, magnolia, and dogwood. The early years were slow. The tournament wasn't even called the Masters at first. Jones hated the name, but by the 1940s, legends like Byron Nelson, Sam Snead, and Ben Hogan started stacking wins and bringing credibility. Then came Arnold Palmer. He won 4 Masters in the late 50s and early 60s and helped bring the tournament into living rooms thanks to televised coverage, especially on CBS, which still airs it to this day. Jack Nicklaus took it further, winning a record 6 green jackets. His win in 1986 at age 46 is still one of the most iconic moments in golf history. Then Tiger Woods arrived, rewriting everything in 1997 with a 12-shot victory, the largest margin ever. The Masters is loaded with traditions. The green jacket, awarded since 1949. The Champions Dinner, where past winners return for a private meal. No phones, no commercials, and no corporate branding. Augusta does things its own way. But it's not all pristine. The club didn't admit a black member until 1990 and a female member until 2012. And its exclusivity is still a point of debate. Still, every April, the golf world stops to watch. The PGA Championship is the blue-collar major. No amateurs, no ceremonial fluff. Just 72 holes of pure pressure, and it's been that way since 1916. It was founded by the PGA of America, not the PGA Tour, and that split still matters today. The original idea? Give working club pros a championship of their own. In fact, the very first winner, Jim Barnes, pocketed $500 and a diamond-studded medal donated by department store owner Rodman Wanamaker, whose name still lives on in the Wanamaker Trophy. That trophy is nearly 2 feet tall and weighs over 27 pounds. From 1916 to 1957, the PGA was a match play event. Head-to-head battles. Win or go home. Legends like Walter Hagen and Ben Hogan thrived in it. Hagen won it 5 times. But as TV took over, match play was scrapped. Viewers wanted drama on Sundays, not blowouts on Thursday. So in 1958, it became a stroke play event, like the other majors. Through the decades, it's been the home of big hitters and even bigger comebacks. In 1978, John Mahaffey came from 7 shots back to win in a playoff. In 2000, Tiger Woods and Bob May went toe-to-toe in one of the greatest duels in golf history. Tiger won, of course. In 2021, Phil Mickelson, at 50 years old, became the oldest major champion ever. The field is always elite. The top 100 players in the world, plus 20 working club professionals who earn their way in through a separate qualifier. No amateurs, no ceremonial entries, just professionals playing for the purest reason, because they earned it. In 2019, the tournament moved from August to May, reshaping the golf calendar. Now it's the second major of the year, part of the new major season sprint. The PGA Championship is the major for those who don't need prestige, just a chance to prove they're the best when it counts. The US Open. The US Open began in 1895, just one day after the US Amateur, with 10 professionals and 1 amateur competing on a 9-hole course in Newport, Rhode Island. The winner took home a $150 paycheck and a gold medal. These were modest beginnings for what would become one of the most punishing tournaments in sports. What makes the US Open truly unique is right there in the name, Open. From the beginning, the tournament invited both amateurs and professionals to compete, something rare in 19th century sports. Today, that tradition continues through one of the most grueling qualification systems in golf. Thousands of players enter local and sectional qualifiers around the world for a shot at the same tee box as the pros. It's a meritocracy, brutal and beautiful. Some of the sport's biggest stories, like Francis Ouimet's 1913 win as a 20-year-old amateur, came from that open-door policy. In 2025, high schooler Mason Howell qualified for the Open as a 17-year-old. From amateurs getting an opportunity to iconic golf moments, the US Open has it all. In 1980, Jack Nicklaus was considered past his prime. At 40, he arrived at Baltus Raw with something to prove. He left with a scoring record and his fourth US Open title. In 1999, Payne Stewart stood over a 15-foot par putt on the final hole at Pinehurst. He drained it to win by 1. His arms stretched out in triumph became one of the most iconic images in golf. In 2008, Tiger Woods played the entire tournament on a torn ACL and a fractured leg. He limped into an 18-hole playoff against Rocco Mediate and won on the 91st hole. As of recent years, it has the highest prize money of all 4 majors. The 2023 purse hit $20 million, with over $3.6 million going to the winner. The US Open is seen as golf's ultimate test. The British Open, or the Open as it's officially known, is the oldest major in golf, dating all the way back to 1860. It's not just a championship, it's the origin story of the sport itself. Unlike the other majors, which are played on pristine parkland courses in the US, the Open is held on historic links courses across the United Kingdom. Every few years it returns to St. Andrews, the home of golf, where fairways are shared and bunkers are older than most countries' golf federations. Like the US Open, the Open prides itself on being truly open, with a global qualifying system that gives amateurs and lesser-known pros a shot to earn their place in the field. The Claret Jug, officially known as the Golf Champion Trophy, has been awarded to the winner of the Open Championship since 1873, and it is the most iconic and revered trophies in the world of golf. Over the years, the list of champions has come to define golf history. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, Harry Vardon dominated the early era of the Open with 6 victories, setting a benchmark that remains unmatched. The 1920s and 30s saw Bobby Jones rise to prominence, capturing 3 titles during a golden age of amateur golf. Jack Nicklaus brought his consistent brilliance to the championship in the 60s and 70s, also earning 3 wins. In the late 70s and 80s, Seve Ballesteros left his mark with 3 triumphs, helping ignite a new era for European golf. Tom Watson owned much of the late 70s and early 80s, securing 5 wins and cementing his legacy. Then came Tiger Woods in the 2000s, collecting 3 Open titles during one of the most dominant stretches the sport has ever seen. Winning all 4 majors in golf, the Masters, PGA Championship, US Open, and the Open Championship, is called a career Grand Slam. And only 5 players have ever done it: Gene Sarazen, Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and Tiger Woods. It's one of the rarest achievements in sports, proving total dominance across every era, course style, and condition golf can throw at you. Leave a comment if I missed something, and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more sports content.